Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with a Friday Reads. It is the 23rd of April. Happy Friday, everybody. So first of all, apologies for no other videos this week. The last video that I put up for you guys was my weekly reads back on Sunday. So it's been almost a week since I've had a video, but I haven't been feeling well. I have pretty much had a headache, a pretty bad headache, since about Monday. So it kind of started to go away a bit on Tuesday, and then it came back again on Wednesday. And I really do try not to take a lot of over-the-counter painkillers because it can mess with the other medications that I take. And, you know, when I get stuff like my blood work done, it can kind of mess with that. So I don't like doing it unless I have to. And then, so I've taken just a couple extra strength Tylenols, right? But that really doesn't make that much of a difference. And then yesterday at lunchtime, I said to my husband, I'm done with this. So we were out and we stopped at the pharmacy and I got Advil, which I'm not supposed to take. Not that it's going to cause any kind of adverse reaction. I'm not going to end up in hospital for taking it. But because I'm on blood thinners, you're not supposed to take Advil. But it's like the liquid gels are like the only thing that gets rid of these headaches. And I don't get them often, maybe a handful of times a year, if that. So I only ever take one, and I just took one, and within an hour it was gone. And like, this part of you just says to yourself, like, why didn't I do that like on Tuesday? Why did I let myself suffer? But I'm feeling much, much, much better now. I got a full night's sleep last night, which was fantastic. I haven't had that in like a week. And because it's just, my migraines sit on the one side of my head behind my eye. And it's difficult to sleep and all the things. Anyway, I'm done complaining. I feel better. I'm happy I'm sitting down with you guys now. So yay. Although, even though I've had this headache for like a week, I've been getting a lot of reading done this week, you guys. I'm actually really pleased. I think I've already finished 6 books this week. Is it 6? Hold on, let me just check my little list right now. 5 books. 5. And I'm actually hoping to finish 2 today. So that's always very exciting. Sorry, I meant to bring something up here. So I would have the information. All right, so other just randomness that's going on. Like I mentioned last week, in my Friday Reads, I have a doctor's appointment at the hospital on Monday. So I do have a 3-day weekend, sort of. Like I am off work on Monday for this appointment. I don't have to be downtown until 11 a.m., which is kind of nice. It's not an early morning, although I kind of rather it be an early morning because then I get done earlier, but c'est la vie. So I have to go down for that. I have an echo, I have an echocardiogram, I have an ECG, and then a clinic visit with my cardiologist. The last appointment with her is at 2 o'clock. I think it's at 2 o'clock. I'll have to check my list. And then I'm done and I get to come home. So kind of the bonus is like I took the whole day because I cannot predict how long I'm going to be there. Like in years past, clinic visit at 2 o'clock, I might not see her till 3. I might not get out of there till 4:30. So, you know what I mean? It's you can't really predict how long these things are going to be. Now, with the fact that we are still on shutdown and you're not supposed to be going to the hospital unless you absolutely have to. And because I've had this clinic visit booked, I do have to go down. Every other appointment I've had with doctors has been over the phone, like just a phone appointment. So, but she wants me to have these tests done, and since I'm already going to be there, to go and see her. So I'm hoping, because it's not typical, like right now this is a little bit different, I'm hoping it's going to be that if you're booked for that time, you should get in to see them at that time because they're not booking as many people. That's my thought process. So I'm hoping. I'd like to get home by like 4 o'clock because I usually don't finish work till 7. So to be done for the day by 4 o'clock in the afternoon is a big boon for me. It's like 3 hours early. So that should be nice. And then only a 4-day work week, which is always good. So that is that. Oh, and the other exciting thing. Now, I still don't have an appointment to get my first shot yet, my first vaccine. I'm on the waiting list. I think I mentioned before, I have to get the Pfizer. I have to go to the hospital, have it done because of my condition, yada, yada, yada. But my mother had hers last week, her first, and my husband's actually booked. He goes on Tuesday to get his first vaccine. And I'm so proud of him because he is so terrified of needles. And I'm just really proud that he's getting this done. And he's not even putting up a fight about it. Like, he went and booked it himself and all those things. So, yay, I think that's awesome. So, anyway, that's kind of random news stuff. So So I'm going to share with you guys what I'm reading today. And then like I've been doing the last couple weeks, I'm going to have you guys pick a book for me to read next when I'm finished the book that I'm currently reading. So I thought I think that's fun. Like I said, I've been doing that for a few weeks now, and I really enjoy it. I like the fact that you guys are picking something for me to read. So first of all, let me bring up my current audiobook. We'll start with my audiobook. I'm about halfway through Breakfast at the Honey Creek Cafe by Jodie Thomas. This is the first book, I think, in the Honey Creek series. And this is true Jodie Thomas. If you've read her writing, she has a very distinct style when it comes to her series books. Her Ransom Canyon series was just like this, where essentially it's not like it's a main plot and then you might have a couple of like smaller plots. She pretty much breaks her books down into like 3 main plots in every story. And I was looking at some of the reviews for this already, and I did see some people complaining about that, but if you know Jodie Thomas's writing, this is like her thing. So essentially there's 3 stories kind of going on within this one. One about a woman who's actually the mayor of this town called Honey Creek, and her boyfriend, air quote boyfriend guy, has gone missing, and his vehicle was found in the river. So there's this like state trooper kind of guy who's come to town, maybe a marshal, and he's trying to figure out what happened to this guy, because I think the guy's like a senator's son or something like that. So there's that plot line. Then there's another plot line with the new reverend who has shown up in town. Now, this isn't a faith-based... Now, she does reference faith a lot in her books, but I wouldn't consider this to be a Christian fiction novel. The preacher or the new priest in town, he tends to swear. He's not the most priestly priest you've ever met, but he's got a good heart, and that's the main thing. So he's kind of new in town, figuring out his way around. And then the third story is about this teenage boy who's just about to graduate from high school and how he's kind of trying to decide what to do with his life. So what usually happens in her books with her series, and hers are series you really do need to read in order because of the way she does them, is each story really builds off the story before it. So essentially in this one of those plots or 2 of those plots will come to an end. But there will be a third that will arc over into the next book. So it's very common for her. I believe Robin Carr did something similar with the Virgin River series as well. But Jodie Thomas, in my opinion, is kind of known for this kind of writing and the way she structures her stories. So I'm actually really enjoying it so far. Like I said, I'm listening to it on audio, and I should get that one done today. So yay on that one. Then the book I am currently reading as an ebook. And before I get into it, I just need to mention something. Thank you to my viewers. One of you guys, I'm sorry I can't remember your name, pointed out to me that Kindle did an update, and I remember my Kindle like doing a shutdown, going like, we have to install an update, and my Oasis doing a shutdown. Yeah, I have it out of the case because I was reading it a little bit earlier, and so they did this update. Well, I didn't know what was involved in the update. Turns out, after a decade, Kindle has finally figured out how on the lock screen to put the cover of the book that you're reading. Yes, this is my lock screen. It's no longer that ugly, ugly cover anymore, and I am so thrilled. So my understanding is it's the new generation of the Oasis and the Kindle Paperwhite, and I think there's one more, but I can't remember what it is. So yeah, the picture of the book that you're currently reading is now on your lock screen. It's irrelevant. It's silly. It's stupid. It's nothing that I should have gotten excited about, but I totally got excited about it when I heard about it. And I checked though, but it does not work for my NetGalley books. Because unless they actually have a cover. If they don't have a cover, which a lot of them don't, then you just get the old ugly lock screen. So anyway, as you guys can see, I am currently reading a Harlequin Dare novel. This is Hookup, and it's by Anne Marsh. And you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of the Dare novels. These are the erotic novels, the erotic line put out by Harlequin. And they're generally not my favorites just because that's not my cup of tea personally. But this one has been amazing. I have loved this one so much. I am right now not quite 40% of the way through it. It's a relatively shorter book. It comes in, I think the Kindle edition says it's about 170 pages. And the hookup has not even happened yet. It's been strict banter between our 2 main characters. And our 2 main characters are Maple and Max. And she is a former ballerina. And she is now an Instagram influencer. And Max owns a company, like a Tinder kind of an app company, meant strictly for hookups. So essentially what happens is that Maple breaks up with this boyfriend, this guy that she was dating, and he had a video of her that she shot for him, of her dancing in her birthday suit. And as a revenge of the two of them splitting up, revenge porn essentially, he posted it to this app website that Max owns. So she shows up at the beginning of the book and she's kind of like, you got to take it down. This is my brand. Like, as an Instagram influencer, she's very sweet. Like, her personality, it's not a put on. She's very sweet. She's very giving. She's a really, really nice girl. And, you know, she sent this to her at the time boyfriend, thinking nothing bad about it. And now it's being posted all over the place. And she's losing contracts. She's losing jobs. So anyway, the two of them end up meeting and the story kind of goes from there. But what I'm loving about this is the banter between the two of them. It is so fantastic. Max is very geeky. He loves numbers. He's a tech guy. He builds code for a living. And it talks about, like, in his office, he's got a lightsaber and he's into Star Wars. And I'm kind of like, I love him. And then she is just the cutest and sweetest, you know. So this has really flipped on its head my thought of the Dare novels, because my thought of the Dare novels have always been that they were cousins to the Blaze books, but they were just darker. Like, they had a darker tone. They were maybe a bit more motorcycle club kind of, you know, I'm not trying to generalize with the erotic novels, but that's what they always felt like to me, the ones that I'd read before this. But this one reads like a Blaze, but it's just so much lighter. And, or not, it's just a little bit steamier. I mean, I'm not saying that this book has been clean up to this point at all. It's not. There's just been no graphic sexual content yet. Essentially, it's been a lot of innuendo. A lot of things have been discussed. But like I said, the hookup itself has not happened yet. So I will obviously update you guys on Sunday with my final thoughts on this book. I'm loving it. Now, that all being said, how I said it was very similar to the Blaze books, there's a reason for that when it comes to this author. So the two books that I have for you guys to pick from, I am rolling into this. It's all part and parcel of the same thing. So the first book that I have up for your consideration, so I want you to pick one of these for me to read next. The first one is a Blaze novel, and it's also by Anne Marsh, and this is Teasing Her Seal. This is part of the Uniformly Hot series, okay? So there's a reason that I'm reading both the Dare novel by her and the Blaze novel by her this month. It's because it's for the podcast that me and my best friend Bree host together, the Categorically Romance podcast. We're going to be doing an episode sometime this summer with Laura from the What to Read Next podcast, where all three of us are reading both of these books, and we're going to talk about the differences and the similarities between the two of them. We really wanted to talk about these two series because they have been billed as something being very similar to each other. And we felt the best way to really look at that was by reading two books by the same author, because each author has their individual writing style. And, you know, if we just read a random Blaze book and then a random Dare book, you're not really getting the same contrast and compare kind of an idea as you would if you were reading the books by the same author. At least that's our thought process. We're very scientific in the way we do things. So, should I read this one next? That's my question. So let me read to you what this one is about here. So it says, subject, Navy SEAL Gray Jackson. Objective, stay on mission and out of her bed. Surgeon Lainey Parker is on her honeymoon alone without her cheating fiancé. She's enjoying her non-refundable vacation at Fantasy Island, an exotic resort filled with lush greenery, white beaches, and staff who apparently grant every sexual request, including an unbelievably hot massage therapist whose touch turns Lainey to molten lava. Lainey has no idea that Gray Jackson is actually an undercover Navy SEAL who's supposed to keep his hands off, or that Gray wants to take total control, to give Lainey just what she wants, what they both need. Gray can grant her every erotic wish just as long as he keeps his cover, and just as long as their sexy little tease doesn't go beyond a week. So sorry, this is actually the first book in the Seals of Fantasy Island series. I've read the second book in the series, and it's really, really fun. So Should I read this one next? Again, both the books I'm going to mention here, I am going to be reading both of them. I'm hoping before the end of next week, because I want to get to both of them this month. But that's the first one. So the second one, for something completely different, is a NetGalley read, and this is a book that is not being released until the end of May, and this is Wildflower Season by Michelle Major. I literally randomly pick 2 books to share with you guys, like for this. That's how I decide. I just do a random pick of whatever books I have left. So, like I said, this is Wildflower Season, and this is book 1 in the Carolina Girls series. So, when Emma Cantrell's marriage imploded, she learned a fast and painful lesson about trusting her heart. Then, on a visit to Magnolia, North Carolina to see her brother, an elegant if dilapidated mansion for sale presents the opportunity to start over. Risking everything on her dream of opening the Wildflower Inn, Emma buys the house, just as the storm of the century hits, severely damaging the structure. But a chance meeting with Holly, a bride-to-be in desperate need of a new venue, gives her hope, and the name of a contractor who will work fast and cheap, allowing Emma to repair the inn in time to host the wedding and save her investment. So there's a bit more about the builder. His name's Cameron, but I'm just going to share just that much of it with you. So which one should I pick up next, you guys? The Blaze book or Wildflower Season? Let me know in the comments below, if you please. So yeah, I am super excited about both of those books. So yeah, anyway guys, that is all that I have for the video today. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said, I am feeling a lot better. On Sunday, I will be doing my weekly reads video for you guys. Also tomorrow over on Chloe's channel, me and Brie and Chloe are going to be discussing Good in Bed by Jennifer Weiner for our Book Sisters book club, excuse me. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on Sunday when I film my weekly reads, I will film 2 more videos. One is going to be a book haul for the month of April. And can I do it with my finger? Nope, I can't. I have no sense of direction. That shelf right there, those books, those have all been sitting there waiting for me to haul them for you and show them to you. So that's coming. And then my May TBR, which again, as usual, is out of control. But so far this month, I have read 16 or 17 books, I think. I am doing extremely well this month in terms of reading. I'm actually hoping to finish over 20 by the end of next week. So we shall see where I end up. But I do have my May TBR to share with you guys next week. So that's all I have for this video today. I hope you guys all have a fabulous Friday and a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.